Hello everyone, welcome to the market outlook. Last week post budget, I think the markets have exhibited a lot of strength and we've been able to conquer newer heights. And as I speak with you this Monday morning, uh, the rally continues on the Lal Street. We are trading at new lifetime highs both on the Sensex and Nifty. And the understanding is that you could possibly see some amount of consolidation this week. And not to forget, I think last week also we did see some red color on the screens when we opened up, but all those dips were bought into. For the third quarter earnings, we are virtually approaching the fag end of third quarter earnings this financial year. So triggers are going to be in form of what the government has to say and what news flow we get from the overseas market. We also had the credit policy in line with what the market participants were expecting last week, and the RBI governor has maintained that as and when required, the liquidity will be available. And if there is a case of excess liquidity, then appropriate steps would be taken to suck out that excess liquidity from the system. Market did welcome those moves, and especially the comments made by the honorable governor as far as the growth outlook is concerned for this year and next year. And those statements were reconfirming the visible turnaround in terms of growth for the remaining part of financial year 3 months, and of course for the calendar year 2021. On the markets, we continue to maintain our positive stance, that is buying into banks and especially public sector banks with the numbers that were exhibited by State Bank of India last week. I think it only reaffirms that whatever steps and policy changes that were put in place is actually now working in favor of improving the health of the balance sheet of certain public sector banks. Well, as of now, we only like the largest public sector bank, that is State Bank of India. We have a positive coverage, and I think most of y'all would have possibly read or heard the targets getting revised upwards for State Bank of India, and so forth for public sector banks. Though one may argue that certain large public sector banks have not done the catch up the way some of the other uh, private sector banks have run up. But I think case in point, the earnings have to reflect upon the run rate in terms of higher levels for some large private sector banks. But as a brokerage house, we at Geojit maintain a positive stance on banking, preferably private sector banks first, and of course, in terms of public sector banks, State Bank of India is something that we have positive coverage on. IT, pharma, autos autos lucky. I mean, for the month-on-month numbers that we saw for the month of Jan, I think they were also quite supportive of demand outlook. And not to forget, from Jan 21 onwards, most of the automobile manufacturing companies have taken price hike, reflecting that pricing power is coming back. So you have banking, you have IT, you have pharma, you have autos. Infrastructure is going to be something that is likely to be in focus. Strong companies, given the broad outlay of budgetary allocation for improving and creating new infrastructure. So you have names like KNR Constructions and PNC Infra, which is likely to, of course, L&T being the top pick given the large order book in the infrastructure business vertical that L&T has. So you have L&T, KNR Constructions, PNC Infra amongst the infra company names which are likely to get large orders on fallback of whatever government spending is likely to underway for creating strong demand outlook and getting onto the momentum as far as the GDP growth rate is also concerned. Then you have the consumption theme. Of course, there was a lot of there were a lot of views in the market, to be very honest, as far as budget is concerned. Uh, but I think the Honorable Finance Minister did deliver uh, on whatever expectations were there, barring one or two which did not come through. I think all marks to the Honorable Finance Minister for that on delivering a great budget. Uh, Crude oil, however, remains to be a joker in the pack. Uh, we saw crude oil touching a new high last week, and it maintains that momentum as I speak to you all. That's something that needs to be a little bit word of cautious. $60 mark on Brent, and nearing 55 $56 mark on the NYMEX. So that could play a little bit of spoil sport. Not to forget that all of us have to pay a higher price almost every second day for the liter of petrol or diesel that we go and buy. So that, I think, trend will continue. Rupee has gained momentum, and as we spoke about 2 weeks back, strength in the rupee has come below 73 mark. I think as we speak it is trading somewhere close to about 72, 80, 85 to a dollar mark. And on fallback of whatever the Honorable RBI Governor has announced, I think you could see more strength coming into the rupee as we go forward from here on. That should offset a little bit of higher elevated crude oil prices. Having said that, my request to all the long-term investors would be that now the targets have got revised upwards. Our view at Geojit on the Nifty 15,000 was possibly second half of this calendar year 2021, but we are already there thanks to the great optimistic budget that we had. And of course, not to forget, whatever earnings we have seen up until now for the third quarter, I think there have been more positives rather than negatives. And post the earnings, you have seen targets getting revised upwards for sectorial picks, especially in the large and the mid cap universe. So I think this run rate will continue. You may get one off days or two off days of correction, consolidation, which is always healthy for the market after the fantastic run up that we've seen. And incidentally, I think what in the last 10 days since the budget, or rather 8 days since the budget, we've seen a rally of close to 10% on the indices. Correct me if I'm wrong, both Sensex and Nifty. So when you see this kind of a rally in a matter of 1 week or 10 days time, you do get days of consolidation and profit booking. So don't be surprised if you do get any. Flows remain strong from the FIs. Domestic institutions have been on the sell side, buy side. I think that will continue. And more importantly, I think what we expect is the flows in the mutual fund side likely to increase via retail participation SIP mode. I think as we gain momentum, more and more investors are looking at equity market as an asset class for investment. I would again repeat and request that don't be adventurous and go into lesser known mid cap or small cap universe names, because that is where you might get hurt or burnt, which may not have a very pleasant experience for you all. So stick to quality names, and as I always maintain, buy few shares of good strong companies rather than buying a large quantity of weak and unknown names in the mid or small cap universe. You should refrain from doing all that. You may get a lot of unconfirmed news from your source based contacts, but adhere to the principles and be disciplined in the market. I think the equity market always rewards all those investors who have patience and who have done a little bit of homework and stuck to the discipline and principles of investing into equity market, whether direct into equity market or via mutual fund SIP. So continue to commit to equity as an asset class, and my sense is that newer highs are going to be the new normal as we go forward. And I also mentioned a week or fortnight back that these markets could surprise all of us on the higher side. I'm not saying that it will be a one-way kind of momentum. You will have consolidation, profit booking. Markets will make a base at a particular level and then continue its journey to the next move on the higher side. So unless, on the domestic front, I don't foresee any huge negativities in terms of news flow. global news flow is something that we always need to be aware of. So buy the dips, and from a short to medium term, if you bought anything, try to maximize your profits by regularly booking whatever profits you get. And from a long term point of view, I think, as I mentioned, uh, buy great companies, discipline management, and growth oriented outlook companies with earning visibility. I think that's where the focus is going to be. IPO market is also likely to be very, very strong for this calendar year, and whatever listing we have seen in the last 1 month or 40 odd days that we are into this calendar year, they have been successful listing. So I think IPO market will also continue to contribute, barring of course valuation. I think if new paper that comes into the market if via IPO route, if valuations are justified and businesses are strong enough, there is always going to be a great demand for those papers in the market. So stay safe, stay healthy, invest wisely, and buy on dips should be your strategy. See you again next week. Take care. Bye bye.